Hey, what does it be, sexy beast? GhostSickness Tristan here, and I'm bringing you guys funny short stories, a series that I do where I tell you guys a lot of funny short stories that couldn't make it into longer stories, but they're pretty funny indeed. So I compile a bunch of those and I tell you guys those that are pretty great. So I left out two funny things about the someone stole my debit card kind of story that I talked about a few days ago. If you guys didn't see, I'll link in the description below, because when I went paintballing, two crazy things happened and I totally forgot about them when actually making the commentary. They were pretty funny. So the first thing was, when we were on this course, like I said, there were like bunnies and rats and stuff running around because we're in the middle of the fucking desert, right? So there was a bunny and I ended up, shooting near it and stuff like that to get the hell out of the course, man. I didn't want it to get, stepped on or shot purposefully or accidentally by the other players. So I shot next to it, not actually shot it, to make sure it got away. But there was a rat in one of the buildings, and it was a giant rat, guys. It was a gigantic rat. And one of the players there was like, dude, I want to shoot it with the gun. I'm just like, no, that's fucking awful. You really shouldn't do that. He's like, no, it'll die. I just want to shoot it with the fucking paintball gun. I'm like, bro, that's so mean, but whatever. I'm like, don't fucking do that. That's just awful. So he's like, oh my god, I just shot the rat. Oh my god, I just shot it. And I was like, oh no, what the hell could you possibly do? So we go in the building, and we see that the rat has been obviously shot, and it was a huge rat. It was just chilling in the fucking building, not hurting anybody, not doing anything, not spreading any diseases as far as I'm aware. And so I'm like, oh my god, wow, it looks pretty fucking dead. But me, being me, I had to confirm that it was dead, because my biggest fear was like, oh my god, if he shoots this rat, right? I mean, killing a rat's one thing, that's pretty bad, but killing a rat like slowly is just awful. So if he shot it with the paintball gun and it like bruised to death and like died slowly, that would be terrible. So I had to make sure that it was dead, right? Just consciously to make sure everything was alright. So to affirm that, I sound like the worst person here. This is the worst part. I shot it in the face with the paintball gun after it was dead. And yeah, it was definitely dead, guys. It was definitely dead, alright? It just kind of moved and kind of shoved back a little bit with the paintball gun. I'm like, yep, yeah, it's dead. And we just all kind of got out of there and like, well, that was the thing, and we should never speak of this again ever. So yeah, I'm here telling you that, and that happened. It was awful, but I figured I should mention it to you guys. Now, on the way back, we're all driving in the Suburban, because like I said, we all kind of met up at the place to get our paintball guns, even though we didn't actually get our paintball guns there, because that was the original place we were going to go, but they were all sold out. So anyway, we met up there and then got in the Suburban and ended up going all the way out there, right? So we're in the Suburban on the way back. We come up over this hill, and at the top of this hill, there's a motherfucking stop sign. And I guess the driver never saw the stop sign at this like four-way stop. And so we're going, and there's a biker going across. And so we go right through the stop sign, and we're almost about to hit this biker. He slams on his brakes and kind of swerves to the right. And the biker's just slowly keeping his chill. He's just calmly going across like nothing ever fucking happened. And I'm really glad that we didn't get T-boned. And like I had a loss of breath after that. I'm like, holy shit, we almost hit that biker. We almost got T-boned. You ran through a stop sign, sorry. We almost died. That was the thing. And so then we ended up getting home safe after that, luckily. But yeah, so we did almost die doing that, which is pretty fucking crazy. And we almost killed that biker, which would have really sucked. But he ended up slowing down quite a bit and moving to the right. And the biker was just totally calm, keeping the same speed, same everything. I swear the guy's heart didn't skip a beat or anything. It was just he was more calm than we were. I was like, what the fuck? It was really weird. So, and then I'm going to talk about some crazy homeless guys. So, I work at McDonald's, guys, and we live in kind of, or not we live in, but the McDonald's is kind of near where homeless houses are, and not like in the ghetto or anything like that, but there are a lot of homeless people around. And so you see a lot of them come in, and they usually get coffee and stuff like that because it's cheap, and you get free refills and whatnot, stuff like that. And it just gives them kind of quote permission just to hang out around there. So, man, was this Sunday? Like, I don't remember when this was. This was like Saturday or something like that, the first time, and then the other time happened tonight, Thursday night when recording this, or sorry, Wednesday night when recording this. So the first time, this homeless guy comes in, and he's pretty drunk. He's like stumbling through the lobby, and my manager's like, bro, you're gonna have to ask this guy to leave after we get him his fucking coffee. Like, tell him he's got 15 minutes to leave or whatever. So he gets his coffee, and he kind of goes and sits outside. And there was this other kind of, not drunk guy, but kind of weird guy that I was supposed to ask to leave as well. And like, I'm not an intimidating guy at all. And so this guy's out there, he's just smoking. And one of the guys, the first guy was told to leave, which was just kind of this weird guy. He wasn't the drunk guy. He was just kind of this weird guy, also homeless, I would imagine, just based on, yeah, stuff. So I go out there and I'm about to tell the drunk guy to leave. And so they're arguing, right? The weird guy and the homeless guy, or the weird guy and the drunk guy are just arguing, man. They're just fighting and they're just arguing each other. He's like, no, I didn't fucking say that, or whatever. I don't even know what they were arguing about. It doesn't really matter, but they were arguing. So I'm like, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the premises in about 10 minutes, if that's okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, whatever, man. Smoke a cigarette. Whatever. So he does that, and he doesn't leave the property. Like, after that, he just kind of chills around. He's smoking out there, still, you know, begging for money and, you know, yelling at people and cussing at people. We have customers telling us this when they're coming inside. So my manager's like, all right, I'm fucking done. I'm not going to deal with this tonight. So I'm just going to call the police. And they've had to do this before, apparently. I didn't know how common this was. I guess it's not that common, but they've had to do it before, to just call the police for, you know, drunken, disorderly people running around and just causing havoc. And so he ends up calling the police, and you see two of them kind of come around, and they go, you know, kind of around the drive-thru. And at this point, the guy is fucking gone. He is long gone, because my manager's like, yeah, I called the cops, so you can either hang out here, do whatever. And so he ends up going over by the fucking Rite Aid, and he's chilling over there while the cops kind of search, you know, the building and around front and stuff like that. They didn't actually come inside. And so that kind of sucks that they didn't get him, but tonight was a lot funnier. It was a lot more interesting, in my opinion. So anyway, I was working tonight, everything was normal, and around 7, some guy comes in, and he's just like, he's homeless, right? I couldn't tell if he was drunk. I didn't think he was drunk, but he was homeless, and there were some teens sitting in a booth, and so he's kind of walking around the booth, and I'm about to leave to take out a parked car, because we park cars if we don't have the food ready, and so you bring out the food to them at the front. So I'm about to do that, and you know, they're talking to each other. They're kind of arguing with each other. Like I said, I don't know what about this time as well. This is a different homeless guy, just to keep that into perspective. Or just an older guy. I didn't really know if it was a homeless guy. And so they're arguing, and so he's, you know, coming to me. He's like, oh my God, these teens back here are causing trouble. They're arguing with me or whatever. And I'm pretty sure he started it. From what they told me, he started it. And my manager told me that, this is a different manager, has told me that they've had problems with him before. And so I just thought that was pretty funny. So anyway, I take that order out, and he's blaming them. He's like, yeah, they're causing trouble, whatever. I'm just like, okay, man, you do that. He goes to the bathroom, then comes back, and he's sitting back there, like, right next to the teenagers. I'm like, guys, this is a pretty big McDonald's. Like, you can sit pretty much anywhere you want, and you choose the back fucking booth where these other teens are going to be, and if they're causing you problems, why don't you just move? I don't know, like a logical person. So he doesn't do that. He's going back there, and they're arguing, they're just yelling at each other, and you can hear that from up front, and I'm just dying laughing. I'm just having a fantastic time, because they're just arguing for no fucking reason. We're just handing out orders, and this is like super interesting because it doesn't happen all the time. So we're just, you know, kind of talking, and this whole night was pretty much a joke in my opinion. And we're just, you know, talking, and we just hear them yelling at each other and arguing. And so my manager kind of goes over there, and he's like, hey, what the fuck, man? Or like, you know, why are you guys arguing? What's going on? He kind of figures out. He gets the scoop, basically. And so he's like, all right, sir, well, whatever. I'm going to have to ask you to leave, because we talked to the other people, and it you know, seems that he was causing trouble, and he always causes trouble. So my manager was used to it. So is they're going to have to leave? Like, nah, I'm not going to fucking leave. Yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And my manager ends up calling the cops. This different manager, different guy, different night, obviously. This was tonight. And so he ends up calling the cops. And this time, it was really, really fucking funny. So he tells the guy, he calls the cops. And this guy's like, what the fuck ever, man. Just that's whatever. So he's leaving on his bike, and he's kind of going down this kind of road where you can turn off onto this highway, or this bigger road, and then it goes to the highway. So he's leaving his bike, he's going down, and my car's kind of over there. He's going down this road, and then you see cops just come all the way around him. Oh my God, it was so great. Like, I couldn't even tell from what angles they came from, but there was 3 cops in total. I'm pretty sure 2 at the beginning, and they just kind of like came up right behind him, and I'm pretty sure one was like right in front of him as well. Oh my God, it was absolutely hilarious seeing him get stopped by the cops as he was leaving. They were there like literally instantly. Like, he called the cops, and I swear they were just like in the area or something, like next door or something, and the cops were there right as this guy was leaving, like right away. It was absolutely insane. And so we're just watching out the window. Their lights aren't on or anything like that. And then we see that he got stopped because he was taking off, man. He was hauling ass on his bike. He's like, oh shit, gotta get the fuck out of here. So that's why maybe he's homeless. Yeah, I guess if he's on a bike and just causing trouble with teenagers. I thought that was pretty funny. So anyway, we see him leaving. We're just kind of watching and just kind of watching what's happening. And they're talking to him and everything like that. And then that goes on for a little while. One of the cops comes inside, and he's like, hey, he's talking to my manager about it. Yeah, what did he do? Blah, blah, blah. He gets the scoop. And then he goes back out, and they talk to him a little bit more. I don't really know what they're talking about. But this guy's yelling. He's being fucking... he's just being a dick, man. He's just totally being a dick, and I'll get into that in just a second. And so another cop comes inside. He's like, hey, so he says you ordered coffee. Did you guys give him the coffee? He's like, yeah, you ordered coffee. He paid for it. We got it to him. And he's like, okay, well, he wants another coffee. And so we're just like, okay, well, we don't have any coffee right now, so you don't want to wait a few minutes to brew it. He's like, no, dude, I want to get out of here. And obviously he does as well. So we just gave him fucking decaf coffee. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, so we gave him decaf coffee with some cream and sugar, as always. And I don't really know why he got that coffee. He didn't really deserve it. But either way, we just wanted him to get out of, off the premises, get 86'd, bruh. And so we get him the coffee, and then the cop, brings out the coffee or whatever. And so they leave. And right as I'm taking out, or not I'm taking out another, so I go on my break at like 7:15. I go on my break at exactly 7:15, and he's still kind of around there and everything like that. That's still being dealt with. They talk to the cops. Probably 10-15 minutes. I don't know. It's a little while. And so I'm leaving, and I got some change, and I was paying with cash. So I wanted to put the change in my car because I'm just like, I don't want all this change in my pockets. It'll fall out if I sit down, this, that, the other thing. So I just want to put it in my car. So I go out, and as the cops are leaving, he's just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't really care, guys. I'll leave soon. He's just yelling at these cops, and they're like, I don't really give a fuck, man. Just get off the property. So he's just like, yeah, whatever, man. Just whatever. So I'm going out to my car, and I'm just walking to my car, minding my own fucking business. I have not said anything to this guy, and he's kind of, towards where he tried to leave, but where they were talking to him at. And he's like, yeah, and he just starts saying stuff to me. I don't really know exactly what he said at the beginning, but then I replied with okay, just as I was walking to put change in my car, and I was worried that he was gonna confront me or something, or come up to me and just be a dick or something. He's obviously being a dick. He's just shouting at me, and then he's like, no, it's not okay. It's not like Oklahoma. It's not like this. It's not okay, Corral. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I just don't get it. And God, and so I put the change in my car, and I was worried he was going to, do something to my car, just being, I don't know, I don't really know. So I'm kind of leaving my car, and he's like, I don't care if you get another job, I don't care if you get a better job, blah, blah, blah. And he's just fucking yelling at me for no reason. He's like, yeah, I'll get off the property, whatever, soon. And I'm just like, bro, he's like, and he's just yelling some other random stuff, and I'm just like, what the actual fuck? What the tangible fuck could you possibly be mad at? Like, what did I do to you, bruh? And you're just, it's just so ridiculous, man. Homeless people. We've had to call the cops on homeless, or not homeless. I'm pretty sure he was fucking homeless. He was biking out of here at like 70 years old or something. No, he wasn't 70. He's probably 60, maybe 50s. I don't know. He's an older guy. But yeah, if you're just causing trouble, fucking two homeless guys, or two guys in a week calling the cops, two different managers, two different nights. Absolutely crazy shit at my McDonald's, guys. It's a great time. Remember the fact that I love you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Bye.